What up again, dudes? So today we're going to go over all the best PvE builds for a hunter. I'm not going to go over every exotic, just the ones that really matter and make the most sense when it comes to destroying and complete ad control while maintaining great survival and mobility. So we're going to start it off with the art class with the Raiden Flux build. I'm going to show you the trees that I use on every subclass as well. So top tree, art class, the grenades. You can use skip grenade or arc bolt grenade. These are the best for ad controlling, just because they take out multiple ads. The Flux Grenade is like a stick one guy, and hopefully there's others around. And then Gambler's Dodge to charge my melee ability. And then, of course, I use the triple jump for more control and just more options while I'm in the air firing. Just more height, just control, basically. Now for the trees, combination blow. Killing an enemy with this basically starts health regeneration and increases your melee damage temporarily. So really key to have. Combat flow, melee kills recharge your dodge ability. So you have Gambler's Dodge working with the melee. You can melee, do a dodge, then keep doing it over and over again, basically. And then lethal current, after damaging each arc staff hit, creates a damaging lightning aftershock. And then deadly reach, increased melee range, allowing you to lunge further and strike enemies. Onto the armor. So I always encourage enhanced heavy lifting, but if you don't have it, use heavy lifting. It's the fastest supercharged perk you can have on a helmet. Heavy lifting being second, 1 mobility, 3 recovery with a recovery mod, and then whatever reserve or scavenger you want to use. I highly recommend reserves because it does the same thing scavenger does and lets you hold more. And then onto the arms, you got a grenade charge mod, 2 mobility, 1 recovery. Impact induction, which means every time you do a melee hit or melee kill or charge melee kill, it charges your grenade. You can get 30-second grenades just by having those two combined together. And then whatever bottom tree you want to use, whether it be special ammo finder or a reserve perk or just whatever you want to use, just copy the stats and stuff. Recovery mod on the Raiden Flux, making it 2 mobility, 1 resilience, 2 recovery. This is bought straight out of the collection tab. You can pretty much just use whatever you want to on a chest piece. It's all about your play style. So if you want to use unflinching rifle aim or whatever, then it doesn't, none of that matters. It's all up to you. But by having the Raiden Flux on, chain arc staff hits, buff damage, and the duration, so you can keep supers going for a really long time. It's really useful in Gambit and just clearing the whole room out of ads. And onto the legs, 2 mobility, 1 resilience, 1 recovery with a mobility mod. Distribution is really beast. On the 30th, they're changing it where you have to be near enemies to dodge to get it to proc everything. But what it does is when you do a dodge, it charges everything, your super, your dodge, your melee, and your grenade. So you can keep doing this over and over again to charge everything. And it's just a really beast thing to have. And then whatever bottom tree. And then on to the cloak, you have a Paragon mod taking you from a stock 25 to 20 seconds. And then recuperation, so when you touch an orb, it's automatically putting your health back. You don't have to wait for the recovery to happen. And then use whatever heavy ammo finder or whatever you want to use. But all this stuff packaged together is a super beast build. I know that you'll like it if you try it out. There's nothing that it needs else. It's all there put together. And here's just a quick clip of the Raiden Flux.
Down here as a squad of 9. Got picked off one by one. Watched a wizard rip the light out of my best friend and funnel it into some kind of crystal.
Those other guardians just pretty much stood and watched. Alright, on to the Void class, Snare Bomb. So you have smoke to throw down at your feet or at an enemy just to basically, blind everybody temporarily to get away. Keen Scout, sprinting to sneak faster and gain an enhanced tracker. Tethered enemies are marked for easy tracking. Then you have Vanishing Step, so when you do your dodge, you get your ability to go invis, so you can get out of there if you're almost dead. Really good thing to have. That's why I use the top tree over any other trees. And then Deadfall, tethered enemies does shared damage, so it lasts longer, increased range, so you can go ham with this on, dude. And you always get your tether back when you have the Orpheus rig on. And then I use the Vortex Grenade, so I can throw it down at my feet, or I can throw it at an ad and then jump towards the grenade, let the ads come to me, and then jump in the air while they burn beneath me or go into the void beneath me, whatever you want to call it. And then, of course, Gambler's Dodge, so that I can get my smoke back in case I need it, but either way. And then triple jump to get more options in the air. Same exact build. Yeah, same helmet. You got enhanced heavy lifting as well. You got the grenade charge mod, impact induction. And then on your chest piece, you're going to want to do a 1-1-3 with a recovery mod. unflinching rifle aim or whatever you want to use, whatever bottom perk you want to use. That's completely up to you, always on your chest piece. None of that really matters. That's completely just the player's play style. And then Orpheus Rig, bought straight out of the collections tab. They come with traction already, so you have all the stats on there. You just need to throw a recovery mod on it just to get you that 8 recovery. But from my opinion and experience of just shredding ads, Orpheus Rig is the only thing that belongs on the Void class for a hunter. Getting that tether back all the time lets you do things you normally wouldn't be able to do, and it's super helpful for the team. And then the same cloak with the Paragon mod, the recuperation to get your health back when you touch the orb, and the whatever heavy ammo finder you want to use, a reserve or whatever, completely up to you with that. But yeah, Orpheus Rig and Void class, super beast. Everything in this build is there, ready to be used. 918 build, ready to go. Don't forget, every time you have traction, that you add 1 number on top of whatever your mobility says, because it's a hidden stat and then one you can see. Here's Orpheus Rig and heavy lifting combined together. And then on to solar class. So Blade Barrage takes the cake. I'm not a golden gun user, though we will get into that later. So Knife Trick, throw a fan of flaming knives that burns targets on hit. Really cool to use. Super beast, hella damage. The Burning Edge, while enemies burn, your dodge ability recharges faster, so you can throw the knives at a boss and then get your dodge back, basically. And then Playing with Fire, destroying the burning enemies, recharges your Knife Trick more quickly, so you can keep throwing your knives at a boss to damage him, then do your dodge with the Gambler's Dodge to get your melee back, and do that over and over again. And then with the Swarm Grenade, you can damage more targets at once. The other grenades are alright, but I like Swarm just because it doesn't damage me when I throw it at my feet, and I can kill more ads with it, or at least damage more. And like I said, Gambler's Dodge to get that throwing knife back. And then the Triple Jump, of course, to have more options while you're in the air. Triple Jump is the best jump, in my opinion, for PvE. Now on to the stuff. Same thing, heavy lifting or enhanced heavy lifting. Same helmet, impact induction, grenade charge mod, same gauntlets. And then onto this, you're going to want to put a super mod on the Ophidius Spathe. 2 mobility, 2 recovery, unflinching fusion rifle aim's what I'm using, but like I said, the chest piece is all up to you. There are a pair of gauntlets you can use, exotic gauntlets that give you some of your volley back when you use your super, but having dual knives is way more effective in PvE because you have heavy lifting or enhanced heavy lifting doing hella damage and charging that super back anyways, so those gauntlets aren't needing. And then you have distribution, so when you dodge, it charges everything with the mobility mod. And then the Paragon mod, same stuff you had on the previous builds. Recuperation to get that back when you touch the orb. And that is the Blade Barrage build. It runs full circle. Everything charges itself all the time, no matter what you're doing. If you're throwing a knife, doing a dodge, everything is charging all the time. I'm going to show you a fast forward clip to save time. But watch this. I threw my super out, and then I started a timer on it, and then I used the heavy lifting. I wish I had enhanced heavy lifting, like I said, but the impact induction coming into play, the dodge coming into play, all this stuff is just going on. Really beast. Get my grenade back again because of the knives causing the impact induction hit, charging the grenade, and then bam, we're about to get our super back, and it only took 56 seconds to get a Blade Barrage super back. So like I said, those gauntlets to charge your super back or whatever, the shards of whatever they're called, aren't even needed. Dual knives are better. Now some honorable mention gear. So Frosty, you can buy them straight from the collection tab, put on the gear that you've been seeing in this video, and throw a recovery mod on them so it puts you at a 918 build. But I don't use these that much. Sprinting gives you the ability to recharge stuff. They are really good, so that's why I included them. And then use the same cloak with the recuperation on the Paragon mod. And then you have basically recharge while you just sprint. Like I said, I don't really use them that much, but they are good. I know a lot of people still use them in Crucible and even in PvE. So I included them in this list as an honorable mention, because I think they still deserve a spot on the list. Alright, moving on, the Stompies. So, to use Stompies, throw an impact mod on them. Throw the same gear on that you had with the Frosties and the other builds that you see where I use that chest piece. And then throw an impact mod on it, so you have a grenade mod, a Paragon mod, and an impact mod. So you already have the stats where they're at, and you're good to go. 717 build, it maintains above 7, so really good. On the Celestial Nighthawk with the golden gun, I only use this hardly ever, but it's only on boss fights if I do use it. But put a recovery mod on it, it's going to jack your stats up, but you can get a 6-3 and a 7 recovery by putting the recovery mod on. And then if you don't have distribution, you can use Enhanced Bomber. Dodging takes 10 seconds off your grenade, so 2 dodges will usually give your grenade back by the time it charges and stuff, but still kind of cool to have, not including the impact induction and other stuff. But The entire build and all these subclass builds, they're all interchangeable just by flicking on a few pieces of gear. You can throw it on Blade Barrage, turn it off, throw it on Orpheus Rig. There's very few pieces of gear that you have to interchange. It's just ready to go, dude, for whatever you're trying to get into. And I hope that you all enjoyed this, man. I think that this whole thing just makes sense to me. You got the mobility, you get the recovery, you have all the abilities charging each other, you have super damage from the exotic that's chosen. So if you're wanting to get into Nightfall soloing, Ascendant Challenge soloing, Wish Ender soloing, 3.6x Nightfall soloing, just anything like that, or just be a key player on your team that has a build that can actually help out everybody with ad control, right? Just complete destruction, where you have high chances of surviving by having your mobility, your recovery right, all your recharge rates working together full time. There's just no other combinations you can do to get the outcome with these builds. So I hope you enjoyed it, dudes. Sorry about the rain in the background, but y'all have a good one. I'll see you next time in space.